Ladies and gentlemen, this is the academic session of the conference. To make this conference meaningful, we had invited universities all over Pakistan, law colleges, legal institutions, lawyers, bar councils, bar associations, and all other concerned stakeholders to write papers on the themes of the conference. The conference had two themes. One is the reforms in criminal justice system, and the second is judicial reforms. We received 52 abstracts from all over Pakistan and even from abroad. Out of those 52 abstracts, 36 were accepted and the writers, scholars were invited to write papers. And out of the papers received by us, 21 papers were shortlisted for presentation in the conference. Most of the papers were presented in the first day of the conference. Now in this session, 7 papers will be presented on both the themes of the conference. Now I would request the presenters one by one to come on podium and present their papers, but I would again remind them before inviting them to keep in mind the time constraint that we have and to kindly conclude their paper in the allotted time, which is 7 minutes each. So our first presenter today will be Mr. Faisal Awais. He is lecturer, Faculty of Law, Superior University, Lahore, and his paper is titled A Critical Appraisal of the Criminal Justice System's Framework in Pakistan, Option for Reducing Abuse of Process. Mr. Faisal Awais.
First of all, I would like to thanks to the honorable guest. My topic for today's presentation is a critical appraisal of the criminal justice system framework in Pakistan, options for reducing abuse of process. If we talk about the research methodology, I have used the holistic approach with the philosophy of law, case laws, and institutional analysis. Key focuses areas in my research article are root causes of abuse of process, comparative analysis with the international legal frameworks, what are the different findings, and some of the recommendations including increase in the judicial supervision to enforce the strict procedural compliance, improve transparency and accountability of the legal system. This research article contributes long-lasting reforms to restore the public confidence. Now, I would like to introduce the core principle of justice system is the societal fairness and stability. Due process means to ensure fairness in the legal proceeding. Now, if we talk about the current issues in Pakistan, the basic and the main issue is the misuse of legal procedures. It includes the procedural misconducts, psychological pressures, character violences, etc. And impact is that erosion of public confidence and compromised justice delivery in Pakistan. Research questions are, what constitutes the abuse of process in Pakistani law? What motives and sustain the procedural abuse? And what are the different international practices which can guide reforms? Basic concept of the abuse of process in Pakistan criminal justice system is improper use of legal powers for unintended purposes. One of the keynote I want to share, Justice retired Naseem Sikandar in his case Arshad Mahmood versus State. He said, abuse of process vitiates the very soul of the justice delivery system. Now, philosophical underpinning. Basically, for the proper criminal administration of justice, there are 3 different basic principles. First one is the presumption of innocence. Individuals presume innocent until proven guilty. एक मशहूर जो हमें during practice भी बताया जाता है कि an accused person is always a blue-eyed child of law. And even a single dent in a prosecution goes in the favor of an accused person. This is the proper principle of criminal justice system in Pakistan. There is an article in the Constitution of Pakistan, Article 10A, which provides a fair trial and trial must be conducted by the independent and impartial tribunal. And the third one is the due process of law. Now, I'm going to discuss the manifestation of abuse of process in Pakistan. First one is the police conduct and the investigation practices, which includes the fabricated evidences, coerced confession, and undue delays. Second one is the prosecutorial discretion and misconduct. Selective prosecution, meaning thereby targeted prosecution for the political or personal reasons, withholding of the evidences, and the plea bargaining pressure. And the third organ we have to reform, that is judicial biasness and lack of independence of judiciary, which includes judicial corruption and the external influences. Root causes of procedural abuse in Pakistan criminal justice system. First root cause is in the legal framework and its loopholes. Number one, vaguely defined laws. Abuse of process and its related concepts are not properly defined in our any law. Manipulation of laws due to the lack of clarity. Second one is inadequate procedural safeguards, meaning thereby insufficiencies in our code of criminal procedures, lack of effective oversight mechanism, meaning thereby there is no independent supervisory bodies for the police, prosecutors, and judiciaries. Although limited effectiveness of Police Order 2002 and Complaints Authority, but